I will show you true power.
Welcome, metalheads. GGG just released their item filters, and on the website we can see that we have some new augments for the item filters, and we have these legacy augments right here, right? So this goes back to the Olroth's legacy, right? So destroy a Kalgarian or Ezomite unique item, extract one of its unique modifiers, and turn that into a socketable rune, and put that into the same item class, right? So we have Legacy of Foxshade, so on and so forth. And there's quite a bit of stuff here. So I've gone through some of them, and I've picked out some things that are kind of interesting to me. I want to share them with you here, and definitely is going to definitely be interesting. Now, I'm not really sure on some of these, and I imagine that this is going to be a super uber rare chase item, or it might not. But let's take a look at some of the ones that are kind of interesting to me. So first here we have the Olravasara Torment Club. On hitting an enemy, gains maximum added lightning damage equal to the enemy's power for 20 seconds up to a total of 500. So if, let's say you have a martial weapon and you have a lightning mod add 1 to 100 damage, right? So as you're hitting, say, a unique boss, you'll be gaining 20 maximum lightning damage up to 500. So after you hit it, a certain number of times, you can max this out to 500. It's a 20-second buff. So basically, instead of rolling 1 to 100 damage, you could be rolling 1 to 600 damage. So really cool tech right there to add an absolute ton of flat damage into a build. Next on the list is Trample Toe, and this one might be one of the most desired broken ones as well, because deal 30% of overkill damage to enemies within 2 meters of the enemy killed. And overkill damage is any damage from a hit that in excess of enemy's remaining life when it's killed. This is basically like having the clear of a palm of the Dreamer Scepter, but in an augment for your boots. Really crazy stuff here. So this is probably going to be one of the more desirable ones from what I can see. But there's some other stuff here too. So like we have the Svalin Crucible Tower Shield. Chance to block damage is lucky. I mean, that means it's going to roll your damage twice. So you could take this and throw it in like an uber block chance armor shield and get an absolute ton of effective block chance. Some classes, I mean, it goes up to 85%. Now you're taking it's lucky. Your block chance is basically at 100%. It'd be like 99%. So this one looks cool. We have Hog Hunt here. This is one of those ones that's in the air. We have Maim on critical hit, and Maim is a debuff. They move slower at reduced evasion rating. Lasts for 4 seconds. But this is the line that's interesting to me. Plus 15 to critical hit chance. If it takes that, I mean, you take like a quarterstaff, for instance, like a Sinister base quarterstaff, and add this into the mix, and now you have a weapon that has a base crit rating of 30%, which would be absolutely huge. Here's another one that's interesting to me, the Iron Grasp Vagabond Armor. This one could assign Iron Grip or Iron Will or both. So gain no inherent bonus from strength, 1% increased spell damage per 2 strength, and then same thing for projectile attack. So this is something that would be more of a strength stacker, but still cool nonetheless, and that opens up a ton of build variety if you base it around this. So cool, unique. Curse Carver, plus 4 level of random curse skill. So basically, if you are applying curses, let's say on weapon set 2, you can then bump that up if you're trying to use a different item, like say the Wicked Quill, where you're also trying to apply Wither. So you could have Wither plus levels. You could have a plus level wand and the plus levels on this on the back bar for applying curse, or if you're using curses to do your main damage, you could have this on the front bar and add it to this, and it's a free +4 level of your curse skill. So this one looks cool. This one is probably the Wanderlust Wrap Sandals. This one's probably the best quality of life one. Your speed is unaffected by slows. So no temp chains, no icy ground, basically in an augment for your boots. I can see that this one would probably be very, very desirable, especially for mapping, for mapping focus centric builds. Super good stuff right here. I'm actually, of all the ones here, I think this one might be the one I would actually go for. Like, man, temp chains is just killer. Then we got Crown of the Thorns. You get pain attunement with this one, right? And then if you get pain attunement, but you don't lose a life when you use a skill, that's pretty cool. But you get 30% less critical damage bonus when on full life and 30% more critical damage bonus when on low life. So low life builds out there, adding in a free 30% crit damage bonus as an augment. The Smiling Knight, this is more or less for bleed builds. We can aggravate bleeding on targets. Aggravating bleeding is like when a target is moving, it doubles the bleed damage. Whether they're moving or not, it's always doubled. And that's when you critically hit with attack. So this is a cool item for those bleed setups out there. Mjolnir is pretty cool. I'm imagining it's going to take the +2 to 4 levels of lightning skills. So what's cool about that is we've had a nerf to the plus levels of melee and physical skill levels, right? So the +5 to attack skills probably won't be used as much because now it's +3 on your two-handed weapons. So your people are probably going to go melee, but if this is good, if they allow you to slot this in all martial weapons, like a bow, for instance, or a quarterstaff, now you're talking about gaining those plus level backs to your Herald of Thunder, gaining those plus levels back to Lightning Arrow, gaining those plus levels back to Charge Staff on a quarterstaff. So I'm kind of curious what the end result of this one will be, but there seems to be a lot of damage. And of course, we have Herald Bombing with Unatels and stuff like that, so this could really scale well for some insane map clear. Next is the Dust Visual Ashen Staff. Now, I actually played around with this a little bit in 0.4, just messing around. I grabbed one just to trigger Ember Fusillade on casting a spell. I mean, it's a free trigger for clear, and it's just more fire going off on the screen. Is it the best in slot? No, but it's interesting. A free skill that is automated because it goes on casting a spell, and it's just it's an augment. Pretty cool idea. Then we got the Arian's Cobble Guarded Helm. Now I don't know what this is even gonna do. Right? Is it just gonna take the resist? Is it just gonna take the attributes? Is it gonna take everything? Like, if you could get all or even half of these modifiers, whether it's the top half or bottom half, or even all of them, if you can get all of those modifiers in a rune, that's crazy. If you can get all of them, that's like basically a normal rune, not a greater rune, but a normal rune worth like every normal rune into one. So depending on how this one ends up, there could be a lot of value in this. All right, like I said, just some new stuff out there. I wanted to make everybody aware. Looks pretty cool. Let me know what augment interests you the most. I'm gonna leave a link to the website so you can look at all these augments yourself and look them up. The only thing you can do is look up the items right now. We won't know what they are for sure until League goes live. But yeah, pretty cool. Definitely some cool tech here. So thanks for watching. Until next time, we'll see you later.